Hi angels, welcome to Earth Angel Energy. I'm the Earth Angel and today I'm bringing you another pick a card reading, and today's topic is how are you perceived? So how are the people around you perceiving you? And I have to be honest, the energy today is crazy, so let's get into it. We have 3 piles, pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. So go ahead and take a second, see which pile resonates with you, and we can go ahead and get started. Hi, pile 1. So if you chose the first pile, then this is your reading on how you're being perceived right now. Okay, pile 1. I am seeing a highly intelligent person here. Something about you seeming like you have your eyes wide open, very active person right now. There's something about you being very observant. But with the 5 of Wands and the High Priestess, this is definitely giving me like someone who takes action, someone who's not a doormat, someone who's not easily manipulated or swayed, a very powerful individual, someone who can handle a lot. Something here too with the 10 of Wands and the Justice, I feel like you care deeply about the world, maybe people around you. It's sort of like the burden of knowledge or the burden of knowing. I'll be honest, I was curious kind of about how the energy would turn out for this reading topic. It's not really superficial. I feel like there's a lot coming out about the collective's mind, how you act, what you believe. Something unselfish about you. I feel like people perceive you as someone who either does the right thing or tries to do the right thing. Okay, this is going to sound weird. I don't know if this resonates for you. I think there's a lot of people around you who are like aware that they can be selfish or aware that they can make decisions that they know are not good decisions or not fair decisions. There's something about you being intellectually honest that's coming through really strongly. I feel like to a certain extent you'll fight for what's right. But with the High Priestess as well, you're really big on working smarter and not necessarily harder here. People do perceive you as someone who is ultimately going to be successful in whatever you're trying to do in life. I don't know. I think there's a lot of people around you who might be very like intellectually lazy. I know this is going to sound kind of harsh for them, but there could be people around you who it's kind of hard to explain, but I feel like you might be resonating with this, where you might know people who just don't care about the truth or don't care about facts or don't care about what's right or something. It's coming through really strangely, but people perceive you as someone who's like intellectually honest, and for some reason you're standing out for that. It's really interesting. We're going to get some more here. Once again, most of it is not superficial here. The Star, 9 of Swords. I think something is happening here where you have people around you who are having a really hard time coping with life or having a hard time coping with the world or something. Hanged Man. People perceive you as somebody who like understands the world and is not afraid. Because there's this energy of you having a lot of courage here. You have a lot of like cowardly people around you, or intellectually cowardly people, or people who like know that things are messed up or know that things are going in a bad direction, but they want to like close their eyes. And there's something about you having your eyes open and not being afraid. It's like you're standing out for this, for not being afraid. Emperor. Ooh, Emperor. There we go. At first I was like, what is going on here? But you're being seen as an emperor here with the Temperance. I'll be honest, whether you know this or not, you have a lot of people around you who are like very scared. Now, I think if people know you, if they talk to you, then they definitely have a good idea of kind of this courage that you have, this conviction you have. there's something kind of dominant about your energy too, and it doesn't have to be the way you act or the way that you carry yourself, but simply saying, I'm gonna look at the world the way it is and I'm gonna navigate it. I'm gonna confront this head on, or I'm gonna live my life head on without blinders on, without ignoring the truth, without ignoring reality. Right now, that makes you look like an emperor with the Temperance here and the Wheel of Fortune, because people are scared. Even if people say that they're not. Ace of Cups. You're loving, you're kind. But whether you know it or not, a lot of people around you are like actually scared. And a lot of them cope with this by like not paying attention or denying the truth or ignoring things around them. And you don't do that. 10 of Cups. But you do this specifically so that you can survive and thrive. Like, you get it. You understand that the people who are too afraid to face the truth or too afraid to face reality are the ones who are really going to suffer. What's interesting is your approach. So this is like kind of an intense energy, but you don't come off intense yourself. So you actually come off very warm, very loving, very balanced. But a lot of people around you are very unbalanced. Like, it's coming up in such a weird way, because once again, your energy looks great. This is your energy here, right? I'm reading this as your actual energy. You're aware, you're balanced, you have love, you have care for yourself and your loved ones. You're in control. You're recognizing what's going on in the world around you, and you're navigating it so that you can thrive. But the way that other people are perceiving it is like, wow, this person is really not afraid. Like, wow, they're so courageous and they have such a strong sense of justice and they're so like, wow. Like, it's coming off a really weird way. Nine of Pentacles. Queen of Swords. Okay, this is going to sound kind of harsh. It's a very intense energy. I don't want to say it this way, but it just keeps feeling like it wants to come out. You're in this energy because you're not stupid. You're smart. You're very, very smart. And like, yes, I think you have a strong sense of justice. I think obviously you do care about the truth. But it's also coming from a place of like, if I bury my head in the sand, if I ignore what's going on around me, like, life is not going to be very good for me. Ace of Pentacles with the Queen of Wands here. Like, very self-possessed. And so for some of you, if this is like strangers perceiving you, there's something about the way that you carry yourself where you look like, I'm here, I'm present. Yeah, the Moon. I don't think you realize, like, so you're being perceived. I think there's a level of authenticity to how you're being perceived because your energy is coming off very strong. You're a loving person. You're a caring person. This is a beautiful energy. But this is also someone who's in control of themselves in their life. But with the 8 of Swords and the Moon, the reason you're being perceived this way, you have no idea. A lot of people around you have no idea what's going on right now. Like, truly, with the 8 of Swords and the Moon. Like, even if people are pretending like they feel comfortable, they're like, whatever. People are really like going through it right now, and there's something about your energy that just is, I know what I'm doing. I've got it. Like, I can figure this out. King of Wands, very confident, very attractive. But so many people around you feel very, very lost. Very lost. And there's something about you too where like you're taking action, like you know actually what to do in your life. And a lot of people like don't. Or even if they know, it's kind of, I don't know how to do that, or I don't even know where to begin. People just feel like you know what's going on, you know what you're going to do. 5 of Cups, 5 of Pentacles, and the Lovers. So I think the way that you're being perceived is being heavily influenced by how people around you feel. And especially if people can talk to you, or if people just kind of connect with you, or you could be known as that kind of person who just knows how to navigate difficult or complex situations. But I think This energy was a little bit surprising to me, but now I completely understand it, because I was like, why is the energy so heightened, or why is it so intense for how the collective is being perceived? It's because people around the collective are confused. Like energetically, it's like chickens running around with their heads cut off. I think a lot of people are pretending like they're okay, but they're really not. And there's something about you authentically. I think you're still, you're going through things like everybody else. You've got your challenges, you've got your burdens, but there's something about you being like, I am going to take action. Like, I know what I'm going to do. And it's because you're honest about what's going on around you. You don't have your head buried in the sand. You don't. Queen of Wands. You're like, okay, if this is what's going on, I'm going to take this head on. And so once again, this could be a bigger scale. This could be, what's going on in the world, politically, economically. This could be on a small scale. This could be with friends and family. This could be in your personal relationships. This could be at work. I feel like there's a sense of people being kind of in awe of you, but at the same time, it's kind of sad. I think there's a lot of people around you who perceive that they don't think that they could be like you. Like when you say like, oh, I'm going to do this, or, things are looking a little bit unstable, so I'm going to take action, or, this is my plan moving forward. This is my plan for my life. There's a lot of people who feel like, I can't do that. I can't do that. How do I do that? How are they confident? How do they know what to do? Like, I'm freaking out. I feel the energy, and I'm not surprised the energy is coming out like this. Frankly, I think it's going to continue to come out like this. But I think for a lot of the collective, they've been listening to the messages on this channel. And because of this, you're developing your plan here. You're developing your movement forward. Anything else? It's a hot energy. Look at that. With the 5 of Pentacles, 2 of Cups, and the 8 of Pentacles. Everyone around you feels like scared, lost, confused. And meanwhile, you're just like, I know what I'm going to do. I'm moving forward. I have a plan. It's because you have your eyes open. And one thing I will say is this, is like a lot of people are very like stagnant right now. Like, that feeling when you're just like really scared and you don't know what to do and you just kind of freeze? That's how people's energy feels too. Like a lot of people around you, their energy feels like petrified. And so if you're moving, if you're making progress, if you're forging forward, it's gonna look like you're fighting and manifesting like crazy. You're gonna look like super courageous and, fiery and passionate. It's because you're not petrified. You're not stunned. You're not frozen in fear. And I think you have like anxieties and fear like everybody else. But based on the way that you navigate your life, based on the way that you're moving, you have a plan. That. I'm going to take them in the reverse. Devil. There's been this weird energy that's been coming through. Look at that, the Tower. There's been this weird energy that's been coming through. And, stick with this channel because this energy is going to continue to develop like this. Like, it's going to keep getting weirder and weirder because the world's getting weirder and weirder. With the Ace of Wands, the Six of Wands, and the Tower, do be aware, though, that there's this energy of, as things continue to get crazier and crazier out there in the world, your ability to be flexible, to be honest, and to find your path forward even in uncertain times is going to be very successful for you. And just be aware, I'm just going to be really honest, there's going to be people who perceive you as someone who has benefited in a bad situation when a lot of other people are stuck, don't know what's going on, don't know what to do, don't have a plan. You will, and just be aware that you will be perceived Eight of Swords. I just heard the word shark. But it's only because you're not like standing petrified. You're not burying your head in the sand. I think you have fear like everybody else, but you're moving forward. I don't think you realize how many people around you are just like, I don't know what to do. I can't do anything. Like, I'm confused. Four of Cups. This happens all the time. In any situation where there's chaos or people are scared or confused or there's a lot of uncertainty, the people who are actually prepared, the people who actually take action, there's going to be people who are like mad about this or upset or jealous. Four of Wands. Oh my gosh. And this Seven of Wands has been ever present in all the readings that I've been doing. That Seven of Wands. You're being perceived as someone who's smart enough to take action so that you make it through this next cycle. That's how you're being perceived. But the energy of people around you is so scattered. And I'll say this as an energy reader, as someone who can feel energy, the energy of people closing their eyes or covering their eyes because they don't want to face reality or confront what's happening around them, that energy, it feels like a house of cards, like a wall made out of eggshells. It's so fragile and it's gonna crack. And that's why your energy is being perceived so intensely. It reminds me of like people who for years have been warning about the things that are happening today, right? Have you ever seen that? Someone who sees the signs or sees something coming in and they say, you know, this is going to happen, like this thing that we need to be prepared for. We need to be aware. And everyone's like, yeah, whatever. Or like, why are you being so dramatic? Why are you being so extra? And then when things happen, it's like, oh my gosh, why didn't I listen to them? Why didn't we listen to them? This is how you're being perceived. For some of you, you're actually speaking up. For others of you, you're just taking action. Like you're actually paying attention. And so, yeah, you're being perceived as someone who is not just blind or confused or hopeless. You're being perceived as someone who's smart and courageous and action-oriented. This is going to turn out very well for you, but just be aware. People are going to kind of pretend like, oh, yeah, like, you're being so extra, or why are you doing this? Why are you saving? Why are you investing? Why are you learning how to grow your own food? Why are you starting another source of income? Why do you need that? Do it. Keep doing it. Because people are perceiving you as being a little bit extra right now, but they're going to perceive you as a prophet in the future or a genius because of this. It's very intense energy. Very intense energy. Knight of Pentacles. So keep going. You'll be glad that you did. Oof. This is hot energy today. That's what I have for you. That's how you're being perceived, pile one. I hope this resonated for you because this is well done, but it's hot energy around this kind of energy right now. Like things are getting really, the energy feels just a lot, like it's a lot and it's ramping up. So I'm happy to be able to read such a good message for you. But that's what I have for you. I do hope this resonated. I hope this was helpful. I hope you enjoyed that. You can feel free to check out my Patreon if you want to see the exclusive version of this reading there. And of course, you can always book a personal reading with me if you'd like me to read the energy in your situation. But thank you so much. And until I see you next time, stay safe, stay blessed, and God bless you. Hi, pile 2. So if you choose a second pile, then this is your reading on how are you being perceived. Okay, I see someone manifesting. I see someone taking action. I see someone making things happen in their life. Now with the Seven of Wands and the Magician, my Seven of Wands has been out like crazy in the readings the past couple days. So I feel like right now you're very focused on yourself. You're focused on your goals. You're building yourself up with the Emperor. There's an energy of you being perceived as someone who's very action oriented. With the Hanged Man, you don't just kind of like sit around. You're not perceived as a procrastinator at all. With the Five of Wands, you're perceived as someone who's fighting for something, fighting for yourself, fighting for your goals, fighting for your ambitions. Maybe fighting for your relationships or the people around you. The Hanged Man, which is not the Hanged Man, sorry. I was going to say the Best Friends, which is my Lover's card. But again, with the Hanged Man, there must be more to say about that. Enlightened. A very intelligent person, spiritually enlightened as well, too. With the Best Friends, the Lovers, you're perceived as a good friend, a good lover, a good person to have in your life. Now with the Seven of Wands and the Five of Wands, there's been this steady sort of confrontational energy that's been coming through. Seven of Swords on top of the deck with the Four of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles. Okay. Yeah, you're being perceived as someone who's putting most of their energy into their work or your stability, your abundance. Yeah, like that's your main focus. Ambitious. You are perceived as ambitious, a good solid person, but also someone who is not to be messed with, not to be trampled on. Like you're a go-getter. But again with the Seven of Swords and the Two of Wands, people do also perceive you as someone who your focus is moving forward and getting ahead in life. Yeah, King of Wands. Yeah. A very attractive individual, very enticing individual, very powerful individual. I think people are intimidated by you. It's sort of like when you see someone who does really well in life and you can't help but wonder, like, what is this person capable of? People are perceiving you as someone who's capable kind of anything. The way that you carry yourself doesn't really make people like worry or anything. But once again, you have that Emperor energy and that Magician energy. Two of Swords. You're not an open book either. With the Two of Cups. But people do like you. You are loving, you're warm, you're kind. You're perceived as someone who's going to do very well in life and move very far in life. So the way that I can describe it is this. With the Seven of Swords, people can just kind of tell you're not like a doormat. You're not easily moved or intimidated. Something about you feels very strong, your energy. And because of that, there's this feeling that no one can really like F with you. I'm just hearing that specifically, like Queen of Cups, but you're sweet, like you're kind. Eight of Swords and the Moon. But nobody knows how to really get to you, if you know what I mean. Like how to rile you up, how to intimidate you, how to throw you off your path. I feel like there's an energy that's been around you recently where I think you've had your challenges and stuff, but people see you as this very, you've got a poker face, like hardcore, like a nice poker face. It's like kind, stable, but people feel like they really can't penetrate you. And there's something about that that really feels, I'm even having a hard time like grasping the energy to talk about it. It's very elusive. It's like that person that looks very confident, graceful, hardworking. They're nice, they're friendly, but you seem very invulnerable. Seven of Cups, yeah, like there's something about you where people are like, who really are they? Or like, what are they about? It looks good, but once again, there's something about you where it's like people can't really see all the way inside you. What makes you tick? What your motivations really are. 8 of Cups. 3 of Pentacles. And there's something about you where you have a lot of closed doors that then led to open doors. 10 of Swords. 3 of Swords. And then the Ace of... Look. The energy is so intense and complex today. Like... 3 of Wands and the 2 of Cups. I just keep getting that phrase, like, who are they actually, though? Because once again, like, for some of you, you just kind of, like, show up in the world and have this very significant presence. You definitely stand out. You have this strong, like, it factor or X factor. But somehow people can also tell that there's, like, a lot of swords littered in your past. But at the same time, you come off very warm, very sweet, gentle, but powerful. And I just keep looking at this Magician card. Like, this is how people perceive you. But if you look, there's this sword here, the wand, the cup, the pentacle. Like, you are very mysterious and very... thought-provoking. People are so curious, like, who you really are. Knight of Wands, Knight of Swords, and the King of Swords. You're fast-moving, you're confident, you're intelligent, you're capable. But you just come out of nowhere, just kind of guns blazing, but very gently. People have never met anyone like you before. 4 of Wands. But you're warm, you're kind, you're open. If some of you are entering like a new phase of your life or meeting new people or starting something new in life, you are bursting onto the scene here. And there's some sort of energy around you where people are starting to notice you or wonder about you, being intrigued by you. Like, who? I just keep hearing, who are they? 9 of Swords. 6 of Pentacles, Empress. It's like somebody shows up and you know that they're somebody. People perceive you as like being somebody, but who? Who? Where are you from? What did you do? What is your background? And I feel like as you reveal more about yourself or as you put yourself out there more, it's just going to become more and more enchanting and enticing and thought-provoking. King of Cups. But it's like you're so darn nice, or you're so darn sweet, and people don't know what to do. So what people are going to do is they're not going to stop you. I feel like people are still getting to know you, or people are still getting comfortable with you. Now, this could be people that you know, but you've had some sort of transformation here. Your energy has like shot to the moon. And so I feel like people are just going to allow you to move, allow you to work, allow you to grow. You are perceived as someone very successful, someone very abundant. But there is this feeling of like pile 2 is, I just heard a supernova. 2 of Swords, 5 of Cups, 6 of Wands. And once again, there's something about you that's totally imperceptible. If you even look at the background of this 2 of Swords, you can see like these partially frozen ice caps. So there's some of you that's liquid, there's some of you that's clear, but there's a lot of you that's frozen. There's a lot of you that people can't quite get a hold of. And there is something about you too, where people can tell that there's something that drives you. Some emotion. Or perhaps your life is changing, or you've made some sort of shift or change in life. And so people are just assuming that, maybe there's some baggage that's come along the way. But then you show up in the Six of Wands energy. Confident, self-assured, just sprinting forward. This is Queen of Wands. This is how you're perceived. Just kind of like this mysterious, enticing, one-of-a-kind individual. You're in a very powerful energy. But I think there definitely is a lot of questions of like, who really are you deep down? I think some people know. But as people get to know you more, they're going to see more and more complexity within you that I think is only going to mystify them more. But let them be mystified. Because I think there's something about that that's really going to add to your allure and help you on your journey of success that I see you're clearly on. That's what I have for you, Pile 2. What fascinating energy today. I'm just kind of letting it flow, and I hope it resonates, and I hope you enjoy it. Well, that's what I have for you. I do hope this resonated. I hope you enjoyed that. You can feel free to check out my Patreon if you want to see the exclusive extended version of this reading there. And of course, you can always book a personal reading with me if you would like me to read the energy in your situation. But thank you so much, and until I see you next time, stay safe, stay blessed, and God bless you. Hi, Pile 3. So if you chose a third pile, then this is your reading on how do people perceive you right now. Okay, I'm seeing a very fiery energy here. We have the Strength of the Knight of Wands. I'm seeing someone upright, intelligent, a great communicator, someone strong, someone fairly bold as well too. With the Seven of Wands and the Ten of Wands, I do feel like people perceive you as someone who is capable of a lot. I've been getting a lot of this like Seven of Wands energy. So there's something about you kind of standing alone or forging ahead very confidently and boldly by yourself here. I feel like you do have people that you're connected to, but you are kind of perceived as someone who doesn't need other people to get where you're going. I feel like you like having people around you. I feel like you like connecting with others. But with the Three of Wands in reverse, you're definitely not seen as the kind of person who's just going to wait around and just like wait for things to happen to you. Like you take action. Knight of Wands. Attractive. I'll be honest, so for today's readings, most of it has not been all that physical. A lot has been people's energy, the way that you speak, the way that you carry yourself, your character. I'm just seeing a go-getter. Someone who's managing a lot, someone who's doing a lot very successfully. Let's get some more. Ten of Swords with the Ace of Cups. Someone with a lot of love, but a lot of pain. Or someone who, this is going to sound weird, but someone who can handle pain or is not afraid of it or has experienced a sufficient amount to where it doesn't scare you anymore. Magician and the Eight of Cups. I feel like there's definitely people from your past who really thought they hurt you and you just powered through it or transmuted it into something great. Seven of Pentacles. I'll be honest, Today's energy has been insanely powerful. So truly, if you're watching this reading and you're like, I'm not powerful, like, this is hot, intense energy today. 9 of Pentacles. Very abundant, or will be very abundant. Man. It's like swords don't faze you. Very fearless energy, very powerful energy. Very intense manifester. Like, you know, if a door closes, another one opens. 3 of Pentacles. You grow, you blossom, you work well with others. You have this great balance of being open, but also leaving some mystery here. I feel like pile 3 has the most like superficial elements coming through here. So you're being perceived as someone who's very, we'll say financially stable, very successful, very abundant. Judgment. I'm going to be honest, a lot of people in the collective's energy right now, there's like some crazy ascensions happening. And a lot of people's energy feels like a bucket of like cold water being like splashed in someone's face. 2 of Pentacles. 6 of Swords. It's like you're doing a lot of things at once, or you're manifesting a lot of different things at once. I don't know if this is going to resonate for someone, but I have all of these. Someone perceives you as almost like a, okay, it's gonna sound weird, but like, you imagine the image of like an octopus or like a spider, right? Where they have like all these different hands in different pots, or they're doing this and they're accomplishing this and they're here and they're there. Knight of Pentacles, just slowly but steadily. Oh my gosh. 10 of Cups. Building your kingdom, whatever that looks like for you. So for some of you, once again, that's saving, that's investing, that's starting hobbies, that's building connections, building relationships. Queen of Wands, very attractive, very charming. Ace of Wands, very attractive. I feel like for a lot of you, a lot of this is like past energy, or people who've grown up with you, or people who've kind of watched you develop. Also, I get for some of you, this is something that's going to be coming in as well too. Like, this is the energy that you're growing into. I feel like people see you as like, you know, those people who are just kind of, this is going to sound so weird, but like a part of everything, or somehow connected to everything, or, you know, you bring up something, you're like, oh, I know about that, or yeah, I'm doing that, or oh, I've started that. Lovers. With the Temperance. With our 5 of Pentacles and our 8 of Wands. And the Sun. You're also perceived as someone who keeps people in the dark until everything is like settled and ready to go, and then it's like, bam. This is such an interesting energy. I hope this resonates. And once again, this is going to look different for everybody. But if this is your pile and I feel like you're vibing with it, there's an energy of you going through a lot in life and just being fired up for yourself and fired up for your life. And kind of figuring out everything you want to do, everything you want to accomplish for yourself. But the way that it's coming off to others is like just someone who's like doing a lot. Like, I'm having a hard time explaining it, because I think a lot of people are not entirely sure really all that you're involved in or all that you're up to, but they know that you're up to a lot. There's something very mysterious about you, and there's a kind of a mystique being developed around you. The Hierophant. Now, if you look at this Hierophant, right? Oh, I just got a really interesting... This is definitely people from your past hardcore. I got a really interesting example, so I'm just gonna give it to you. Number one, I recently watched the movie Conclave, which I thought was a great movie. But if this energy is resonating for you, I feel like there might be something in there for you. But if you look at this Hierophant, right, what does he look like? He looks like a pope or some sort of very significant religious figure. Now, of course, that in and of itself is an honor, but in the spirit of transparency and honesty, right? People in this position of power, typically, they've got a lot of different avenues and areas and places of influence. This feels like a very specific message, but for some of you, once again, you're building connections, you're building relationships, you're building your finances, you're building your expertise. You know, this could be you, once again, having different stocks or investing or starting a side business or connecting with people who can help you on your journey. And whether you know this or not, you're coming off as this Hierophant. It's like collecting power, collecting energy. The High Priestess with the Hierophant. I'm like, what do you want me to say, Pile 3? This is your energy. And I did preface today's reading by saying, like, this is crazy energy because, like, it's very special. It's very, very special. But it's coming through very clearly. You're being perceived as this Hierophant, as someone who's like slowly but surely building a sphere of influence. And you know what? I have to be honest. On this channel, you know, we talk about all kinds of things, but a lot of my messages and a lot of the energy that's been coming through has been really encouraging the collective to build themselves up, build their life up, to expand outward, to diversify. And a lot of you are. And I'll be honest, most people just don't think in those terms, unfortunately. You know, I feel like God has put me around a lot of people who do and helped me share this message with the collective. But to your average, you know, regular schmegular person around you, they're looking at you like, whoa, like they're investing, like they're friends with who, they're doing what, they're starting this, they're planning that. What? The Hierophant again. Yeah. I'll be honest, I really like this energy, but I do think it spooks people a little bit. Because you also have this habit of walking into spaces with this Hierophant energy. Even if it's your first time or you've never met anyone, the way that you look around, the way that people might even assume like you have more influence than you do, or that you're like a person of importance, or like you're not sharing something. But I have to be honest, I feel this excitement with the energy though. People are really fascinated by it. And I feel like this is my first time on this channel to really recognize what I just talked about earlier. That the information that I'm sharing, right? To build yourself up, to diversify what you have and what you're doing, to connect with people on your journey, to walk with God and let Him expand your horizons. You really only see people who live very extraordinary lives doing things like that. And I think I've been taking for granted the fact that I've been sharing this and I've been encouraging you all, and a lot of you are taking this into account. And because of this, your lives are growing tremendously. And the world that you're creating for yourself is growing tremendously. But a lot of people will not live this kind of life. A lot of people don't have this mindset of like, allow yourself to grow, allow yourself to build a legacy of significance. And a lot of you are doing that. And unless you're around people who also think in those same terms, people are going to look at you like, whoa, like they're... I don't know. I'll be honest, I just saw a flash of the image of the game Monopoly. Especially people from your past. I'm going to be honest. I think some of them look at you as like the Monopoly man or something. Or the Monopoly woman. The Three of Swords. The Six of Wands. So that's how you're being perceived, pile 3. You know, it's definitely not bad. I mean, with the Three of Swords, I think a lot of people are just really shook by you, if I'm honest. I feel like past people, present people, I feel like new people are kind of perceiving you in this way. But especially if they're new, it's kind of like they don't know any other version of you but the version that you're showing up as now. And once again, like, there is something really nice and stable about your energy. You're fun to be around. But yeah, you're showing up in a very unique energy. The Knight of Swords. It's like, that's not so bad. Because once again, like, the Knight of Swords, most people trust that Knight of Swords, right? So nothing about your energy feels sinister. Like, nobody thinks that you're sinister or anything. But there's definitely this feeling of, dang, like, this person is actually, like, making things happen in their life. Like, big things. And I think that you are, whatever that looks like for you. And once again, like, I would encourage you, like, simply investing $5, $10 a week, like, that will put you in this kind of energy. Like, you have no idea the things that you're doing, how few people do what you do now. And how you're really looking like big dog out here because of this. Oh my gosh, wow. The Fool. But once again, I think this is the part that really kind of throws people off. Is you don't really walk around like that, though. And I think that's honestly why people feel it the most. Once again, there's something lighthearted, there's something warm, there's something friendly about you. You're not walking around like, ooh, like, I'm gonna be, you know, so powerful and so great. It's just like, you show up in this kind of friendly, fun, bouncy energy. But then the more people get to know you, or if there's people from the past that have seen your transformation, or they start to learn more and more about what you're getting up to, it's like, I'm just getting kind of like this holy kind of energy. And I'm sorry to speak like that, but just don't be shocked. Don't be shocked at like people really setting you apart as like someone who's doing big things, because I think you are. Especially for some people from your past who've lived very just like, you know, regular schmegular lives, which there's nothing wrong with that, but you're not doing that. If this is your reading, like, you're not living like just a totally regular life. You're not. And because of that, you're being seen as a pretty big fish. Pile 3. Wow. Very intense energy today. I hope this resonated. I have to be honest, I know plenty of people in my personal life who I'm sure all of this could resonate for. So it definitely exists. And, you know, if you've been on this channel and some of what I've been saying has impacted you, I'm not at all surprised, but just be aware, you know, a lot of the advice that I get and a lot of this energy that comes through for you is advice that I've gotten from very significant people as well. And if you listen to it, it will definitely propel you to a new place in life. So congratulations, keep up the good work. But yeah, you're the Hierophant. The Hierophant, the Fool, and the Six of Wands. Like, this very successful, warm, pretty down to earth, but definitely someone who people feel like is a lot more powerful than they first appear. That's what I have for you. I hope this resonated. I hope you enjoyed that. I enjoyed reading this, but whew, it was a lot. It's powerful stuff. Really powerful stuff. That's what I have for you. I do hope you enjoyed that. You can definitely check out my Patreon if you want to see the exclusive extended version of this reading there. And of course, you can always book a personal reading with me if you'd like me to read the energy in your situation. But thank you so much once again. Thank you for being here. And until I see you next time, stay safe, stay blessed, and God bless you.